Hi! It's been a long time. Been a long time, and in that amount of time we've had so much going on at Universal. It's been awesome. Been able to experience so much of it going back and forth throughout the parks. It's been like 9 months since I made a video or something like that. I just got lazy, I'm sorry, but this person messaged me on YouTube. His account name is Ken and Kyle. Let me spell it. Caynenkyle, Ken and Kyle. So, yeah, he's been messaging me, encouraging me to make more videos, and I was really surprised that somebody actually still cared about them. So that's why I was kind of stopping, because I was like, nobody really watches them anyway. But no, thanks to him, I'm gonna start up. About the Wizarding World of Harry Potter #1 expansion, Transformers, the new, oh my gosh, coming to Orlando. It's gonna be awesome. #2. I'm gonna do a review for Halloween Horror Nights. A little bit of Rock the Universe in there probably. What else? Oh yeah, stuff that's gonna be going on for Grinchmas and Macy's Holiday. Well, they already did that, but you still have some of the balloons there for Christmas. And then of course they're gonna be having Mannheim Steamroller again this December. There's just a whole bunch going on between the parks, so much. So let's start off with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter expansion. So pretty much what's going on in the park right now is they have two fully developed ginormous cranes in the area where the Wizarding World's going to be, between Disaster and Fear Factor. That's where the new area is, as I already said before. So they have giant cranes and just huge structures already going up where Gringotts is going to be. You have this ginormous complex that's already built. I think something like that, to like the 6 floors, 5 floors already up or something like that. It's pretty big. It's pretty tall. I mean, they've really started very quickly. I thought it would take a lot longer just to demolish the whole stuff. I thought this time maybe they might be done by that. But no, they've had Jaws completely demolished now. There's nothing left from there, except for the giant Jaws shark, Sharky. They moved him over by Richter's Burgers. So there's a little dock right beside Richter's, and they moved him there, which is actually quite nice. I kind of like it better by a dock. That's kind of really cool. You can get better pictures of the water in the background, because obviously it's a shark, you'd want water there. I think I got a picture with him. Yeah, I got a picture. It's pretty nice. I do like the new placement. I'm so glad they decided to keep him. Which reminds me of the Dragon Challenge, or the Dueling Dragons, when they used to have those dragon sculptures, the giant fire dragon, the ice one, that used to be in front of Dueling Dragons. They got rid of those. They still have them in storage somewhere, but they don't actually have them out. Kind of sad, because I've seen those online. They look really cool. Anyway, yes, so back to the Wizarding World. They it's between Fear Factor and Disaster, and they've actually reduced some of the land that they had. They used to go more into the lagoon, and what happened was they put a barrier up to block the water. Then they drained that section, and they pulled it back somewhere around 20 feet or something like that, to make it smaller. So they actually made the Jaws area, which is now going to be a Wizarding World, a little bit smaller. It used to go out into the lagoon more, but they decreased it, and then they filled the water in to where the old space used to be. So I'm pretty sure that's because they want that single entrance, just like you see in the books and in the movies, where you just have that little brick entrance, you know, that Hagrid allows Harry to go into. Because they want to make it pretty much like the books. I mean, that's how you get into to Diagon Alley through the actual Harry Potter story, so they want to do it for the Wizarding World as well. And to get into there, though, you also have the opportunity to take the train. So the Hogwarts Express itself, oh my gosh, is doing so well. I mean, they've already started construction on that, and that is huge. I didn't think they'd be doing that for a long time. That's huge. So over by the 8th Voyage of Sinbad and the Dragon Challenge, Dueling Dragons, whatever you want to call it, they have another giant crane. So there's 2 over in the new Wizarding World area, and then there's 1 over here by the Sinbad and Dueling Dragons. And so That's signifying that one alone is going to be working on the Hogwarts Express, which basically what that is going to be your transportation between the original Wizarding World at Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. So it'll connect the two parks, Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure, through that train instead of having to go all the way around the city walk and then walk all the way back in. Now you will need a 2-park ticket if you're going to be able to do that. Otherwise you won't be able to get on the train because obviously it's going to take you into the next park, and if you don't have a 2-park ticket, you're not going to be able to do that. So just because you have a ticket that allows you to get into the Wizarding World in IOA does not mean you're going to have a ticket that allows you to get into USF's Wizarding World, which honestly, for marketing wise in business, that's extremely smart to put 2 halves of the exact same thing in 2 different parks, because people are obviously going to want to buy both tickets so they can see both parks. But at the same time, for people like us, wow, like really? Darn. But, I mean, I got my annual pass anyway, so it doesn't bother me. I'm going. I can go into both parks anyway. So, but, as well, like, while you're on the train, it takes you through all the back lots, but instead of actually having, like, the windows and you just look out and see the back lots of the park, they want to make it really, ingenuitive, and they're going to have, like, flat panel, LED screens, over the windows, so it'll actually look like you're going through the mountainside and everything, just like whenever, Harry, Ron, and all of them go to Hogwarts in the movies or in books. So you actually see that kind of scenery, and it'll make it feel all realistic and everything. It's going to be great. It's going to be really great. So that's what's going on at the Wizarding World so far. They've gotten the construction up for the Hogwarts, and they've started seriously working on Gringotts already. And like I said, the new Wizarding World, they're not putting any kind of like announcements on it. It's not official, like when it's going to be finished. We know it's coming, and we obviously know that's going to be it because that's the only spot that they're building on that's big enough. And people are like, oh no, it's going to be Transformers 1. Well, no, it's not. Transformers is going to be at where Downstage 44 was. So they've already said that. So the only other place that they're building is right there, and that's the only space big enough, and I've already gone on about the whole Wizarding World thing, alright? If you don't believe me, watch my other Wizarding World expansion video. Just saying. The whole project, what was it, 722 or whatever it is. And it fits perfectly. I mean, come on. We've even had, like, blueprint plans from the guy from Theme Park Insider. You know, he got to see those and did a little review on those. It was really good. So there's no official date when it's coming out. I think it's going to be in either late 2013 or early 2014, just because there's so much to do. I mean, they've gotten really far, but there's a lot to do. And they're working day and night on that. Whenever I was at Halloween Horror Nights, even then at 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning, they were still doing construction on it. It was so cool to be able to see them working so diligently, that's the word, for it. And even then, they didn't actually have the crane up in, well, they had just gotten the crane up in IOA, so that means that they're just now starting to work on that part, but I don't think that'll take too long. Not really. You're going to come into the entrance of the Wizarding World, and you'll have Gringotts at the far end. You'll have your little walkway, and you'll have a few shops that are in Diagon Alley, just like in the movie. And then you're also going to have this huge dining area complex, which we strongly believe to be the Leaky Cauldron, just because of the blueprints for it and a few hints here and there. So that'll be really cool. That way that the original Wizarding World has 3 broomsticks and the new one has the Leaky Cauldron. So there's a few pictures I'm going to be showing you about the new updates, or the new construction on the Wizarding World, but you can always check it out at, my favorite websites are Inside the Magic and Theme Park Insider. Those two constantly are updating and just have really, really good news. I mean, really good stuff. That's where I normally go first. So that's pretty much it for the Wizarding World. May have missed 1 or 2 things, but I'll make them up in the next video if I do. thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next Halloween Horror Nights. I'll be doing a discussion on that, and Transformers, and just a few other things.